All right, then now we're getting there. The next thing we need to do is to actually build our product card. And before we do that, let's just go ahead and do some map on our products, because each category has a product. So let's just go ahead and do some maps on the product. So what we're going to do is, since we have access to the product from the categories object that we're doing, remember in our default props you can see this product is an array. So let's just go ahead and do that, and you can see the types right there. So if you're working with TypeScript, you can just copy this value, and yeah, so that's just like a need for you guys. So let's go back to our JavaScript. We're not in TypeScript, and this will be category. This will be products. Okay, so we have access to the products within the category, and this will be length. So if the length is actually greater than 0, that means we have values within our categories. So let's just go ahead and say category dot products dot map. Okay, we need to actually map this to a single product. Okay, and right here we can do, so we can then bring this div within this block. Okay, so basically this is all we need to do. And let's say, since we have an error somewhere, I just see that. And yeah, so we need to actually close our ternary operator that we created. So this will be, so if we don't have any sorry, so if we don't have any product within the category, we need to actually say no products available. Okay, so and the cool part of this is we can just do it just once. Since it's a component, we can just bring the component anywhere we want it, and that will work. Okay, so we need to actually get the spelling for this available. Okay, so yeah, so this is all we need to do. And if we check this now, you can see, now everything now looks together. We don't actually have products within these two categories, which is fine, by the way. So yeah, so another thing we can do is we can now do a key, because we need to actually, we actually want React to keep track of the um of the item that is being rendered. So this key props is going to be product dot id. Okay, that will be the key for each. That's like what's going to differentiate them within the term. So we need to actually pass the product to this as prop into the product card. So this will be product. Yeah, so basically this is all we need to do. Yeah, so this is all we need to do. And yeah, so if show more is true, and I don't like the way it is. So since there is no product available within this category, we don't actually need this show more. So what we can do is we can just say if show this thing is true, and category dot products. Okay, products dot length is greater than 0. Okay, so we just put a and value, and yeah, so that's all. So this should be gone now. Yeah, they are gone. You can see the ones that have products actually have the show more method. So basically this is all we need to do. And yeah, so let's just go and start building our product card right now. All right, so let's go within our product card and just start building. Okay, so this is our product. The first thing we need to do is we need to actually destructure product from um, the props. So let's just say constant product. Okay, we actually want to destructure this from prods. Okay, all right, so that's one, and we actually need to give this a prop type. So I'm just going to type it real quick, like we did for the category card. Product, product, we all come from category. So instead of doing that, you can just target this first and just make it the default. So this will be category default prop type. Okay, and this will be product. Okay, we're just going to get the first value from that. So simple as that, and let's just use the optional chaining. And yeah, so that's all. And so let's go ahead and start using that within our card. So the first thing we need to do is add a product name. So this will be uh, product dot name, and this will be very simple. Just going to do everything very simple. So this will be product dot description, and the next one will be price. So let's just say price, and let's just do away with this. And this will be product dot price. Okay, this will be price, and this one will be, we actually want to fix it to like two decimal places in case we have a price that exceed more than just two decimal places. So this is like a JavaScript function to do that. Yeah, basically, so let's just look at what we're doing, and you can see that right now. You can see everything is now unique when we have different prices. Okay, so if we don't do this fix to two, if we didn't do that, I think that will actually affect our price. You can see we have just one decimal value, so we need to actually run this to a two decimal value. So that's what this function is doing. And yeah, so for this button, we need to actually take away this button because we don't actually need this. Okay, so what we want to have is we want to have a div, and this will have a class name, and this will have a class name of display of grid. Okay, grid, and we just want to say gap of 2. Okay, so you need knowledge of Bootstrap to actually understand what that does, but if you see the result, you're going to understand. So we want a button of a class name. Okay, we want a button of a class name of btn btn primary. Okay, and that's not all. We also want a, okay, we want an on-click value so that we can add items to, we can actually add items to the cart, but we don't have the value just not yet. Okay, so we're going to stop there. So when we start building the cart page, we're going to continue from there. So right here we're going to say add to carts. Okay, simple as that. And yeah, so we have a display of grid on our buttons, so let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, so this will be link. Okay, so that is a link, and the link is actually going to be from React router DOM. So we're almost done with this. We're almost done with the cart, with the product page, and this we have a class name of btn secondary. Okay, btn secondary, and basically, so we actually want it to go to a page. So this will be to, and right here want it to go into the product page, and right here we just give it the product ID. Okay, remember we don't have the product page yet, and we don't even have the um, category page. Okay, so keep that in mind. We'll be building those in the next video. And right here we're just going to say view details. Okay, so right here, let's just go ahead and close this link. Okay, let's just go ahead and close that. And yeah, so I think that's all for now. I think, yeah, we still need to actually close the div. I told you you have to also always close whatever you open, and I think this is all. And if we go now and look at that, yeah, so we have these two button right now. Okay, everything looks good, and the only problem I have right now with this is the text description is too high from some for some card, where making the height not to be consistent with each other. So we can actually fix this with some little css. So let's just go ahead and add some little css to uh let's just go ahead and add some little css to our card, so it turns out to actually make this looks better. But before then, we actually need to do something right here. So if the product has an image, we actually want to display the image instead of displaying some random image. Okay, so let's just do this. This is how to actually go around that. So we're going to say this should be product. So if product dot dot product dot avatar is true, that means if we actually have a value for that, we actually want to display that, or else we just go ahead and display a simple string. Okay, so we can actually use the double colon so as to keep things consistent. And for this alternative, let's just go ahead and render the product name right there. Simple as that. Okay, so this will be product dot name. Okay, simple as that. I think that's all we need to do. And for our card, let's just say mb3 shadow. This is actually going to be the class name. Adding like a custom or something, additional style and shadow. So let me just get the spelling correct. Shadow small. Okay, this will give it a nice shadow. And right here, I think this is all right. So there are some additional styles that are right here. Some additional styles that are right here. So if you check the code source for the, you check the code source for the project on the GitHub repo, you see the style right there. I'm just going to copy and paste to actually reduce time. All right then, so we've pasted that, and yeah, just go through this exercise, you'll see that. And yeah, so you can see everything looks better right now. And yeah, so this is our card, and yeah, so I'll see you next video, guys, where we're going to be building this button add to cart, and we still need to build the category page and the product page and the cart page and the checkout page. Yeah, so that's all will be done. And yeah, so I'll see you next video, guys. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications.